Chag Purim Sameach! Are you ready to make some noise? Here we go! Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Barashani. Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Hagadol HaYehudim. Masechot Rashanim, Smirot Rikudim. Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Rashani. Chag Sameach, everybody. Happy Purim. We know this is a fun, festive, and frivolous holiday where we get to make lots of noise. Everybody from where you are, sing with me. Here we go. Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Hagadol HaYehudim. Masechot Rashanim, Smirot Rikudim. Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Havana Risha, rush, rush, rush. Barashani. Chag Sameach.
Does somebody say they need more cowbell? You're welcome. Don't thank me. Hey, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood rabbi. I'm here to tell you, I'm so happy. I can't go on super silly here because I don't want you to think I've completely lost it, which, could have happened because here we are. This is the fourth Purim that we've been like this. And last year I dressed up as the hand sanitizer fairy. You'll probably remember I had a sash and I was squirting everyone. And then we all went inside for like months and months, but here we are. And amazingly, there's so much to celebrate. So if you would like, keep in mind that there are 4 special mitzvot, 4 special commandments for this holiday, this being Purim after all. And Purim, at the end of the book of the Megillah, we're about to read in a little bit, the scroll of Esther, it actually says that we have some very special mitzvot that we have to fulfill. So the first one, I'm sure you will enjoy. It involves getting gifts, and sometimes you get, wait, hang on. You know what I got in my last one? My last, no, hang on. Yeah, I mean, I could still do that. So, you could get bubble gum or raisins, or you could get, some people gave out masks or hand sanitizer. But my favorite thing is when you get this package, which are called Mishloach Manot. Yeah, thank you, very good.
And Queen Esther knows everything.
You get to eat these funky little cookies, and we call them, that's right, Hamantaschen. Those little hats. Wouldn't you like to wear a Hamantaschen hat or make that your ear? Sometimes they call them Haman's ear. Sometimes it's called Haman's hat. I don't know. I just eat them. Okay. So you got your mishloach manot. You got to give gifts to your friends. Something fun, something delicious. I don't know. Make it up. The second thing you got to do also involves food. You're supposed to have a really fun meal. And I'm talking like not just, the kind of fun meal that you would ordinarily have, but this has to be a seudah. It has to be a seudah mitzvah, something fun and funky. I don't know what you're eating at home, but maybe say motzi over it, because that's a second mitzvah that you get to do. Seudat mitzvah, just because it's Purim. The third thing is that you get to give gifts to other people. These are very special gifts, like we did this past Sunday. When you dropped off your gifts, you gave all kinds of school supplies to kids who might need them at a school nearby. Those are called matanot, gifts, la'evyonim, for those people who are needy. Why? Because we can't just give gifts to ourselves. We got to give them out to everybody else too. But you probably got a mishloach manot from the awesome religious school. Thank you, Becca, and thank you, Beata, and all the friends who helped, everybody who made those possible. And then you got to give out some more gifts. Thank you, Ruth, and all the friends, to everybody else. But I gotta say, this is my favorite time because we get to have the fourth mitzvah. Fourth mitzvah. Yeah, you're right. It is the whole Megillah. We got to read from Megillat Esther. That is also, just to hear the Megillah, that's a mitzvah too. And I think that the Cantor has a very special Megillah. Are you guys looking? Look at the Cantor.
Whoa.
In your box. You can see she's got a Megillah right there.
I've got many Megillot. I've got many Megillot, actually. I've got three, Rabbi. I've got
How
three.
do you read all of them at one time, Cantor?
Well, I could try to juggle them. That could be fun.
That would be so fun. Don't do that right now. Do that some other time. But you are juggling enough. And I'm so excited that everybody is here. So can I just take a look really quick before we flip a Rooney here? Before we go and we read, can I just have everybody make sure that you see each other in all of your costume glory, because I gotta tell you, I'm seeing some funky costumes out there. And maybe you wanna write in the chat box, even if you're not wearing one, even if you're not wearing a special costume, tell us who you are. Tell us who you are dressed up as. And you can be creative here, especially if you're not wearing a particular costume. So as you can tell, we have a lot of funky people in this place. So make sure that you say who you are and who you're dressed up as. And then also tell us your favorite kind of Hamantaschen. Thank you very much. Or what you would love to fill your Hamantaschen with. And are you ready? Can I get some more cowbell? Who's ready for the Megillah? Let me see.
Does everybody have your grogger? Ready to make some noise? Ooh, yes, I don't know where Cantor Moses went, but Queen Esther is here, not to worry. And oh, Ruth, her magic fairy wand, her grogger left. But here we go. Are you guys ready for the blessings we say right before we chant the Megillah? And what do we say at the end of a blessing? Amen. So here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra Megillah. Amen. Nice.
Can I get an amen?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim la'avotenu bayamim ha'ahem bazman hazeh. See, I heard that. Baruch atah Adonai מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. And we say, Amen. I don't know why we're quiet, but you're supposed to be quiet at that last one. Amen. Chapter 1, narrated by Jester Rabbi Mars.
Once upon a time, King Ahasuerus of Persia ruled over 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia. In the 3rd year of his reign, he gave a sumptuous banquet for all his nobles and high officials. It lasted 180 days. Afterwards, the king held a week-long feast for all the people who lived in Shushan. Ahasuerus displayed the glorious riches of his kingdom and served an unlimited amount of royal wine. At the same time, his queen, Vashti, gave a banquet for the women of the palace. On the 7th day of drinking and merrymaking, Ahasuerus ordered Queen Vashti to appear so that his nobles might admire her beauty. God, you'd think he'd like her for something more than just that. But Vashti refused. Ahasuerus was furious. He asked his advisors what should be done to Vashti for not obeying his command and humiliating him before his subjects. His advisor, Memucan, suggested that Vashti be banished from the throne. This action would restore the king's honor, and would be a warning to the other wives of the kingdom. And so it happened.
Chapter 2, narrated by Zachary Looper Friedman. Here it comes.
When his anger subsided, Ahasuerus thought about what he had done and found that he missed Vashti. His advisors spoke out.
Let us organize a beauty contest among the maidens of the kingdom to choose a new queen.
The king was pleased with this idea and agreed to the plan at once. Before they appeared before the king, the contestants spent months being pampered with cosmetics and oils. Only Esther appeared without perfumes or fancy jewels. Nonetheless, she won the king's heart, and he crowned her queen of Persia. As Mordecai had instructed her, Esther did not reveal her background to Ahasuerus. Soon thereafter, Mordecai overheard 2 servants, Bigtan and Teresh, plotting to kill the king. He told Esther, who reported it to Ahasuerus. The criminals were punished, and the deed was recorded in the king's record book.
Chapter 3, narrated by, who's that? Who's Cantor Moses? Queen Esther and Jenna Sharon. Achar hadvarim haele gidal hamelech Achashverosh et. Are you ready? Ha-choo! Gotcha. Haman. Where is it? Where is it? Ooh. Ben Hamadata Hagagi Vayansehu Vayasem et Kiso Me'al Kolasarim Asherito V'cholamte Hamelech Asher Bisha'ar Hamelech Korim Umishachavim LeHaman. Oh! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it only goes once. Ki chen siva lo hamelech u'mordechai lo yikra ve'lo yishtachaveh ve'yomeru avdei hamelech asher b'sha'ar hamelech leMordechai madua ata over et mitzvah hamelech. Sometime afterwards, the king promoted Haman to the position of minister. Oh yes, all those in the palace court knelt and bowed before Haman, except for Mordecai. You know, that Jewish guy. And he was angered by Mordecai's refusal. Of course, because he was a Jew. Haman plotted to destroy Mordecai and his family and all the Jews in the kingdom.
Haman cast lot. To determine the day on which the Jews would die. That day turned out to be the 13th day of the month of Adar. Haman persuaded the king to go along with his evil plan by saying, there is a certain people scattered throughout the provinces of the kingdom who have their own laws and customs. They are a threat to you. To further convince Ahasuerus, Haman offered to donate 10,000 silver coins to the royal treasury. The king believed Haman lie. He issued a decree sealed with the royal stamp to kill the Jews, young and old, children and women, on the 13th day of Adar and keep all of their possessions.
Oh, what a story. You know, I never know what's going to happen in the story, but let's see. I need your help here because I have a feeling. Oh no, let's try this case. You know what I'm going to do? Esther's coming to the castle on Purim, and you say?
On Purim.
Thank you! Esther's coming to the castle on Purim. On Purim! Yes! Yes, she's coming to the castle. Yes, she's coming to the castle. Yes, she's coming to the castle on Purim. On Purim. And she'll see her Uncle Mordecai when she comes.
When she comes.
And she'll see her Uncle Mordecai when she comes.
When she comes.
And she'll see her Uncle Mordecai. What a very brave and smart guy. And she'll see her Uncle Mordecai when she comes.
When she comes.
He will help her get the message to the king.
To the king.
He will help her get the message to the king. Then the king will surely know that Haman has got to go. He will help her get the message to the king. And we'll have a Purim party in Shushan.
In Shushan.
We'll have a Purim party in Shushan. Where we'll eat and drink and dine and have a wonderful time, and we'll have a Purim party in Shu. Big finish, everyone. Shan. That's what's going to happen, my friends. And now we have chapter 4, chanted by Rabbi Joker Mars and narrated by Beata Abraham.
ומרדכי ידע את כל אשר נעשה, ויקרא מרדכי את בגדיו, וילבש שק ועפר, ויצא בתוך העיר, ויזעק זעקה גדולה ומרה.
Okay, get ready, everybody. Here comes the exciting part. In every province of the land, Jews could be found fasting, weeping, and even wailing. Mordecai tore his clothes and put on sackcloth. Esther sent him a message asking about the cause of this great mourning. Mordecai sent back word of the king's decree and begged Esther to go to Ahasuerus and plead for her people. But Esther was afraid. Everyone at the court knows that it is forbidden to enter the king's presence without being summoned, she responded. I could be put to death if I appear before him. Mordecai replied, you are also a Jew. Do not assume that you alone will escape our terrible fate. If you keep silent, you will surely die. Perhaps you have become queen for just such a crisis. Esther agreed to risk her life to save her people. Tell all the Jews of Persia to fast for me for 3 days. I too will fast. At the end of the 3 days, I shall go to the king. If I am to perish, I shall perish. So Mordecai did as Esther commanded him.
All right, friends, I think you already know what to do, but just in case, this is a reminder throughout this entire story. Are you guys ready? If you hear the name Haman, stamp your feet and say, ooh. If you hear the name Haman, stamp your feet and say, ooh. If you hear the name Haman, if you hear the name Haman, if you hear the name Haman, stamp your feet and say, ooh. If you hear the name Esther, clap your hands. If you hear the name Esther, clap your hands. If you hear the name Esther, if you hear the name Esther, if you hear the name Esther, clap your hands. If you hear the name Ahasuerus, spin around or turn. If you hear the name Ahasuerus, turn around. Woo! If you hear the name Ahasuerus, if you hear the name Ahasuerus, if you hear the name Ahasuerus, spin around. If you hear the name Mordecai, that Jewish guy, shout hooray, hooray! If you hear the name Rabbi, are you afraid of me? Are you hear the name Mordecai? Shout hooray, hooray! If you hear the name Mordecai, if you hear the name Mordecai, if you hear the name Mordecai, shout hooray, hooray! Just in case you didn't know what to do, but I think you guys have all got it. And so now chapter 5 will be narrated by yours truly, or chanted rather, and narrated by Ruth. Here we go. Vayahi bayom hashlishi betilbash Esther malchut v'ta'amod b'chatzar beit hamelech pnimit Noach beit hamelech v'hamelech Yoshev akisei machuto beveit hamachut Noach petach habayit.
On the 3rd day, Esther put on her royal robes and came before the king. As soon as Ahasuerus saw her, he held out his golden scepter and asked, "What troubles you and what is your request? I am ready to grant you half my kingdom." "If it pleases your majesty," Esther replied, "I would like to invite you and Haman to a feast that I have prepared." The king quickly accepted her invitation. At the feast, Ahasuerus again offered Esther whatever her heart desired. She asked only that he and Haman return for another party. Haman left feeling cheerful, but soon his mood was spoiled. Whoa. Mordecai stood at the palace gate and once again did not rise to honor him. Haman confided to his wife Zeresh and his closest friends, "I cannot enjoy all the good fortune that has come to me because of Mordecai the Jew. Let the gallows be put up, they suggested, and ask the king to hang Mordecai on it. Then you can go happily to Esther's feast and enjoy yourself. This idea pleased Haman, and he had the gallows built.
Oh, my goodness. We know this is a very special kova. Haman, boo! Boo! And we are going to sing this very fun song about this special kova. So, friends, I want you all to follow me. We have some fun hand motions, and then we'll take out some words of the song. So it goes like this. La kova sheli, shalosh pinot, shalosh pinot, la kova sheli, lule hayu lo, shalosh pinot, lo hayaze la kova sheli. Now we take out the word la kova, but we can still say sheli, shalosh pinot, sheli, lule hayu lo, shalosh pinot, lo hayaze sheli. Now we take out sheli. Shalosh pinot, lule hayu lo, shalosh pinot, lo hayaze. Now we take, you guessed, shalosh. Pinot, lule hayu lo, pinot, lo hayaze. All right, now we take out corners, peanut. Lule hayu lo, lo hayaze. Now let's put them all back. La kova sheli, shalosh pinot, la kova sheli, lule hayu lo, shalosh pinot, lo hayaze, la kova sheli. Very good. I saw all those hand motions. Did anybody mess up? Because I can't believe I didn't. And now back to our story. Chapter 6 by Rabbi Mars and narrated by Jody Bumgarner. Here we go. Put your seatbelts on.
Malayla hahu nodeda shenat hamelech vayomer lehavi et sefer hazichronot divrei hayamim Vayihiu nikraim lifnei hamelech.
And now,
that night, King Ahasuerus, or King A to his friends, because nobody can say that name correctly, could not sleep. To pass the time, he had his record book brought to him. He read of the time that Mordecai had saved his life by revealing the plot of Bigtan and Teresh. What honor did I give Mordecai for this? He asked. Nothing has been done for him, his servants replied. Just then, Haman came to speak to the king about hanging Mordecai. But before Haman could present his evil plan, Ahasuerus asked him to suggest a way to honor someone who pleases the king. Thinking that King A meant to honor him, Haman proposed that the man be dressed in palace robes and given the finest royal horse. He should be led through the city square while someone announces, "This is being done for a man the king wishes to honor." Quick, Ahasuerus ordered Haman. For Mordecai. Oh, in disbelief, Haman Ooh. Did as the king commanded.
Chapter 7. By myself and my fierce partner. Here we go. Chapter 7, what's going to happen? Let's see. Vayavo hamelech oh, allergies. Haman. Oh, thank you. Lishtaot im Esther Malka vayomer hamelech leEsther gam b'yom hasheni umishte hayayin. I couldn't find it. Mashelatech. Thank you, Ruth. Esther Malka v'tinatei lach u'makashatecha achatzi hamalchut v'ta'az v'ta'an Esther Malka v'tomar imatzati hamelech v'melech tov tinaten li nafshi beratei ve'ami b'vakashati.
The king and
the king, yes.
Hang on. Wait one time.
You make bubble.
And Haman came to the second feast. Again, Achashverosh asked Esther what she desired. I am ready to grant you half my kingdom, he stated. Esther pleaded, let my life be granted as well as my people's, for they are condemned to die by the hand of a great enemy. The king asked her to name that great enemy. Your Majesty, it is none other than, hang on, one sec. Haman. He answered. Furious, the king ordered his servants to end Haman's life on the very gallows that Haman built for Mordechai.
Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Rabbi Mars, please continue the story. Oh my goodness. I'm on eggshells here.
Bayom hahu natan hamelech Achashverosh laEsther hamalka et beit Haman. Torer ha-Yehudim u'Mordechai ba lifnei hamelech ki higida Esther mahula.
Ooh.
The king gave Esther Haman's estate, and Mordechai was put in a position of power. Esther begged the king to stop, in the name of love, the edict to destroy the Jews on the 13th of Adar. How can I bear to see the disaster which will befall my people, she cried. The king explained that he could not revoke a royal decree or some nonsense like that, but he told Mordechai to issue a new decree. So Mordechai wrote in the name of the king that on the 13th of Adar, that's today, the Jews were permitted to fight back and destroy all who might attack them and could take their possessions. Couriers on horseback carried the news. Sorry. Frau Blucha, there was gladness and joy among the Jews.
Wow. I never knew what was going to happen, but now we know. We know that the Jews had gladness and joy. 2 more chapters, people, 2 more chapters. What's going to happen now that we have gladness and feasting? Uvshnehem asar chodesh uchodesh adar vishlosha asar yom bo asher higia devar melech v'data leheasot Bayom asher sibru oivei haYehudim lishlot bahem v'nahafoch hu asher yishletu haYehudim hema bisneihem. And so, my friends, on the 13th day of Adar, the Jews were victorious. Many Persians were slain in Shushan and in the provinces throughout the kingdom. Included were the 10 sons of Haman. Ooh. Now, friends, you're supposed to say all these 10 sons in one breath. This is the tradition. Can Queen Esther do it? Here we go. Harshandata dalthon aspada porata adalia aridata parmasta arisa arida and bastata, and they all died. La 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 la. I did it. And although permitted by the king's order, the Jews did not take any of their victims or possessions or property. And Mordecai and Esther proclaimed that the Jews of Persia should observe the 14th and 15th days of Hadar every year to remember how their mourning and grief had turned into feasting and gladness. And it would be an occasion for setting gifts, mishloach manot, to one another, and giving charity, matanot avionim, to the poor. They agreed that these days of Purim would always be remembered among the Jews and their descendants. Bring it home, Rabbi, bring it home. Chapter 10.
I'll be coming around the mountain. Nope, sorry. Ahasuerus appointed Mordecai to be second in command in all Persia. Mordecai was highly regarded by the Jews, for he continually looked after their welfare.
Siman Tov, Mazel Tov. And after we read the entire Megillah, well, almost the entire Megillah, my friends, we conclude with the blessing after. Look how long the Megillah is. It's the whole Megillah. That's where it comes from.
That's a Gansa Megillah.
That's a Gansa Megillah.
Yeah.
So we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam harav et rivenu v'haden et dinenu v'hanokem et nikbateinu v'havshalem gemulachol oivei nafshenu v'havrigra lanu mitzareinu Baruch atah Adonai hanifra le'amo Yisrael mikol tzarahem Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, King of the universe, who takes up our grievance, judges our claim, avenges our wrong. Blessed are you, Adonai, the God, and this is the important part, who brings salvation. And so, my friends, we know that it is a tradition to do a little Purim spiel, right? A little play on the story. And we at Temple Israel, my goodness, some of you might remember the sold out hit, the sold out spiel of Esther, the Persian musical. So my friends, we're not going to see the whole thing, but we thought we would give you a little ta'am, which means a little taste of our Purim spiel from a couple years ago. Enjoy.
Mordecai, hero, born in the middle of a terrible Mesopotamia by providence, be clever and unspoiled, grow up to be a rockin' Persian royal.
This Jewish girl with no father to safeguard her God
lot, hard about being a lot, hard about being a lot, smart about being a self-started by the end. They couldn't deny or disregard her.
But an evil man came and devastation reigned. Our girl saw her future dripping down the drain. Put a finger to her temple and used her clever brain. And came up with a plan to cause him into pain.
Well, the word got around, they said the story's insane. And we put it in the book and we learned of awful fame. And how she struck the trap and she laid her claim to fame. Cause the world celebrate her name. What you mean, miss?
Esther Nisa Mordecai. My name is Esther Nisa Mordecai. And my story isn't nearly done. Just you wait, just you wait. Shushan, you can just you wait. Shushan, you can just you wait. Shushan, just you wait. The Bible made the book for you. Will they see you the heroine? Will they know how you got your way? The Jews will never be the same. Oh,
Orange is starting now, see if you can spot her. Bringing Pat to every Jew, to every son and daughter. We always think of Mordecai as just the one who taught her.
I preceded her.
I encouraged her.
Me,
I married her. And I raised her.
And me. I'm the one who tried to kill her. And my story isn't nearly done. Just you wait. What's your name, Miss? Esther Nisa Mordecai. That was the greatest. I want the next act. Come on. We have to end already.
Well, you know, I could go back. We could go back and read from the.
Encore, encore. All right, everybody take themselves off of mute and wish each other a Chag Sameach.
She says there's one tea shop in Omaha.
Sameach.
I can't hear you.